Welcome to DTV. I'm joined by Senior Coach Mark Neeld following the trade and free agency period. And Mark, good to chat with you, mate. It's been a big few weeks for you. How have you found the whole period?
It has. It's been a month-long, AFL's first venture into free agency, and then followed by trade. So it's been a big month. In our case, there's been a list turnover, very similar in number really to a number of other clubs. We know that somewhere between 14 to 8 seems to be about the norm, and that includes rookie list players as well. It's been really interesting. You get to speak to all the other clubs, and some, because these are the guys that you're in serious battle with over the course of the season, and sometimes with the trading, you almost find that you're working with them on occasion. So, and that's an interesting experience. But all the clubs that we spoke to, you go into the period with a bit of a plan of how you want your list to look at the conclusion of the period, and we're really pleased with our month at it.
Yeah, you mentioned the 14 list changes. It's an interesting number for Melbourne. In recent years, it probably hasn't happened, but not foreign to you, because when you're at Collingwood, they had similar numbers after a premiership year. So it's interesting how that can happen. Interested in your take on it.
Yeah, it is. But look, like I said before, we have a number of clubs. Most of the clubs are delisting quite a number, and people they mix together the rookie listed players with the primary list to try and make the number even look a little bit bigger. But all the players that have gone, the ones that have gone to new clubs, they served Melbourne. They worked hard for Melbourne while they were here. We wish them all the best, and it is about trying to get your list, in this case the Melbourne Footy Club list, in a position that you want it to be in, and that's why the AFL have a free agency period and they have a trade period.
Yeah. Can you talk about some of the guys? I mean, there was obviously Dawes, Roden, Burns, Pedersen, Viney and Barry who have come in, and Jesse Hogan for next year. The types of players that you were after and what you were looking for?
Yeah, sure. We're always looking for a mix. We have some low draft picks, and what you always try and do when you've got low draft picks is get some A-grade talent into your club. We're really pleased with our youngsters that we've got in. Jack Viney and Dom Barry and Jesse Hogan are already, if you like, in the shed, and we still hold pick 4. So, we're going to be able to bring in a minimum of 4 very young 18-year-olds, Jesse being 17, with some A-grade talent. We're really pleased with that. And then with that, we're also extremely keen to add some experience to our list from, preferably, that had played finals from good cultures, strong footy clubs, but would also play at our footy club. And we believe we've managed to do that with the players we've got to the club.
Yeah. And obviously having to make the changes, it's a tough time for all involved with that, but how did you sort of find that as a collective, sort of having to tell a few players that they were either being moved on or traded to other clubs?
Yeah, the final conversation is tough for everyone involved, there's no question about that, Bergs. Footy clubs are particularly good these days. We've all grown up and quite mature to be having regular conversations with, the player-coach conversations that happen regularly, and there were no surprises at the end of the year. Disappointments, no question again, but no surprises. And as long as you're rating people on the actions on a footy field and the things you want around the club, and your communication lines are always open and they're regular, it comes to the end of the year and people know. Everyone, at the end of the day, most people, especially people involved with elite sporting competitions, are also realists.
Now, the first week of pre-season is underway. How have the boys returned and what's happened so far?
We're using this week as a screening week, which means that all the players are in, being tested in a whole heap of various ways, from medical screening, through to doing a time trial. It's just really so we can kick off, if you like, traditional pre-season training next Monday, but we're doing so armed with a whole battery of information that we require. So all the players are back. They've all, these days, they've all travelled far and wide, and they're happy to share those experiences with each other and with the coaching group and the rest of the club. But it's time for them to get back to work.
Yeah. Well, good to see you, and best wishes for the pre-season. I'm sure it'll be big one for the boys, and look
It
forward to
certainly will. We're all looking forward to pre-season, and we've got a couple of different things planned. We're off to the Northern Territory up to Darwin on the 6th of December, and we're up there for an 8-day camp, and it'll be a great experience. At times it'll be both physically and mentally challenging. It's going to be hot and all those other things, but we're really looking forward to getting up there and training in the heat and humidity.
Yeah, great. Thanks for chatting with us, mate.
No worries, Bergs.